Hey there, welcome back to the table. I am uploading the landing and disembarking video, and I'm just going to roll right into playing, which is the whole reason I was excited to start recording today. That landing and disembarking took up a whole YouTube video. So we're ready. Let's get going. We are on orbiting the shard, and I'm going to read this, and then we'll decide who the first player is, and then we'll get going. What was I was just going to say something, and I forgot what it is already. Oh, the only thing I'm concerned about is the life of my battery. The camera. I do have a USB charger on my computer here. However, it charges slower than the camera consumes. So I'm plugging it in right now. It does reduce my sorry, just because I plugged it in, it screwed up. There we go. All right, we're back in business. Okay, so it consumes power quicker than it charges. I'm using an older computer here, and it's a, what do you call it? It's the older version of USB. So you got the faster, or there's newer USB out there that has more power that it provides, but this is not one of them. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. So let's check this sucker out. So let's use all of our knowledge that was given to us. It is the orbiting shard. Though buried in dust and half melted, the artificial structures are clearly visible. This symbol here means we can't move. So we're going to have to resolve what's here. These are progress tracks. We have green and red, so that should look familiar. Accidents are going to cause the red progress to move. And remember, that occurs first. Because there's an order, right? You roll your dice. The accidents happen immediately, whereas the other stuff doesn't happen until later. So we're going to have to worry about that. The red penalty is we're going to have to spend 2 dice. And of course, if you don't have dice to spend, then you actually have to sacrifice dice, which is far worse. And then here, it's going to require a muscle, a pickaxe, or a compass to move. So we want to pick somebody who's got muscle, pickaxe, or compass. And then I'm just realizing I didn't catch anywhere in here. How many cards do we draw? So when the players land, you draw section cards. I'm assuming you do. I know the tutorial had us draw cards, but come on. Disembark. Draws a number of section cards indicated on their crew board from their section deck. It says number of section cards indicated on their crew board. So I'm assuming it's because of your rank. It's referring to, see, I got my charger plugged in and I can't move my camera all the way now. I think it's because, so right here, section card limit, the rank is 2. So I guess you draw your limit. It just says number of crew cards on your section board. Okay, I'm going to assume 2. So the science player has the move a lead token and discard a charge to gain 2 lead tokens of any type. So that's good. I'm assuming type means which discovery type. Like you're going to randomly pick 2 lead tokens, or does it mean you're truly getting 2 of lead tokens of your choice? I think that would be too powerful. So okay, we got that, and then we have for the recon We got to reroll a die, reroll a die. So that's good. And then for the engineer, we have reroll a die, and right there, pickaxe. That's going to be good. And then for security Steve. There you go. All right. Sorry, I was a little off camera there. Sorry, my charger cord is bumping all the game components and knocking things over. Okay, I think first thing I want to do before I even start and decide who the first player is, I'm going to spend 1 charge from every character to give ourselves 2 more supply. So I'm going to do that, and that's this this card here. So that puts us up to 8 supply, and so this is the emergency broadcast system. It's spent. I'm just going to put it up here. You know, we own it. It's supposed to go, I think, back into the away bag, but I'm not going to do that. Just going to put it up there for now. And who's going to go first? I think we should have the engineer go first, because the engineer currently has the card that can create one of these pickaxes. So I'm going to give the first of all, like I said, our lessons learned is we're going to make sure we do this because this is important. I was forgetting that in the last playthrough. And the engineer already has the first player token, so we're going to give that to her. And here's her cards, or her dice. So we're going to for sure roll this one. And we need to progress 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So we need 5 successes. The this thing here says that we can convert a basic into a pickaxe. See that? So I'm going to take every basic die, and we're going to roll all of these. And I'm going to leave those 2 there. Because now, actually, this is a Vanguard one. But remember, this is risky, because there's a 50% chance you're going to get an accident. And on this particular location, the accident does penalize us. It's not good. You know what? I'm doing it. Let's do it, baby. Go big or go home, right? So we're going to roll a whole bunch of dice with this engineer here. Oh, and then be disciplined. We're going to go down to 1 action left. All right, so as you can see, I got some bad outcomes. First of all, I got a basic die. I got a Vanguard, which is good. I got another basic die, and then I have 2 accident dice. Now this one is the basic die, and then this one is the Mr. Wild. Now, part of the reason I felt comfortable doing this is I have this one that says I can re-roll a blue. So I'm going to go ahead and spend that card right now and do exactly that. We're going to re-roll a blue, and I'm going to re-roll the Vanguard one. And of course, I got the same damn thing. Risks are backfiring big time on me right now. And then I will spend my other die or other card that lets me turn a basic into a pickaxe. So I will do that with the red one. I don't think it matters. Okay, so these 2 trigger immediately. So let me grab some cubes here. And let's go zoom in a little. So the 2 accidents trigger immediately, so that goes up to 2. And then I have a red Vanguard. Let's make sure we do this in the order we're supposed to. Choose dice, add injury and danger. We didn't have to do that. Roll the dice, modify the results. We've played our cards. Check for dice combinations. That's, again, playing cards. Resolve special effects. Mark outcomes. So the outcome is we're going to be progressing these dice. Spend the dice. Yeah, that's what we're doing here. Okay, so this is done. We used the Vanguard to put one on, and then I used a basic to turn it into a pickaxe that moves another, and that's where we are. I still have one action left. All my dice are spent but one, and I think I'm going to do the prepare action, which I need to look up what that does for me. What's crazy is if I rest, I'm already spending a supply. You go through supplies fast. I'm going to draw a section card and or make a dice check to trigger dice combination. I'm just going to draw a section card. So that's going to give me, again, the ability to do this. Now, I could do a dice check to trigger dice combinations, which is the part at the bottom. It's not going to help me to do the mission. And that's it. Her turn's over. So she at least has a card back. This is done, and now we have to draw an event. So I am moving cards around because I'm realizing that my charger cord is knocking crap over. Give me a second. I'm having malfunctions. All right. There we go. Sorry. A lot of off-camera drama here. Okay, event card. Okay, so the way I understand it is we check all these biomes, and if those are true, then we do the bottom, otherwise we do the top. So the biomes that are there are the little pinwheel, and that one looks like, I don't know, a city with a line through it. So I don't see a pinwheel, and I don't see a city with a line through it. So if no icons match, all time tracks go up by 1. I don't think there are oh, there is. There is. So spent that card. I'm going to grab a token here, and this goes on the time track there. Oh, look at this. If you have a pickaxe, you gain a mineral lead. Oh, that's awesome. I need that. I do. Okay, so now we're moving on to the recon. And we need the arm strength, or the compass. That also helps. So we have a compass die, and we have an arm strength die. Now, this character has the basic green can turn into a pickaxe. So we're going to use a basic green as well. And then let's see what kind of cards they have. They can reroll some dice. They can reroll the red. I'm going to use the wild die too, which backfired big time on us last time. But let's do it. And there it is. We got actually a lot of successes, and then this one backfired on us. But this is the compass one. So I'm going to go ahead and just play the reroll a die card. So I'm going to do that, and we'll re-roll it. And there we go. We got better results now. Okay, so no accidents this time. And as you can see here, we're going to need 1, 2, 3 successes. I rolled 4 potential successes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these 3 as successes. Because remember, compass and this are a success, and that's a Vanguard. I'm going to use this to trigger the global one. And this is called special effects. This happens first. We're going to gain a mineral lead. Let's do it. We want to get that that rank up. So gonna shuffle, 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 right? And then let's reach in here and get one of these suckers. Come on, big bucks, no whammies. Okay, that's a great one. A great one. So that goes on the mineral discovery. So we already got 2 points towards our first one. Hell yes, that's a good one. Okay, then we're going to resolve the outcome. And this character, by the way, can spend a charge to draw 2 cards from the section deck. So if we need more cards, I can do that, but I'm not going to do that yet. So I'm going to go bing, 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 1, 2, 3. And so this is going to be complete. So I'm going to take both of these off, and we go to log 210. So I'm going to do that right now. Got to get this app up.
Vanguard, this is Away Team 1. My sensors are picking up some electromagnetic activity among the rubble. I'll try to reach it.
Be careful, Away Team. This planet looks too much like a battleground. You should expect danger and...
Okay, got it. It's just a small shard of some metallic magnetized casing. Nothing too exciting.
We'll tune your sensors to the magnetic signature of this shard. This should help you find other similar parts.
Roger that, Vanguard.
Okay. Oh, look at that. Gain 1 alien tech lead. So that's not the mineral that we're looking for, but we gained a 1 with a refresh. So I'll put that on the alien tech discovery. And now it's giving us some rules. I used to own This War of Mine. I did not like that game at all. But I know a lot of people love it. I don't. It was a crap game. But they do a lot of this where the rules are like buried in the log files. This makes it really hard to use the rules as a reference when it's buried in the log files like this. Like, it's my largest criticism with Awakened Realms when they do this. It's not good design to do this. So rules should be in a rule book so you can reference them and look them up. But anyways, let's read what it says. There are small clues. And I'm okay if the log is still here, and in the rulebook it says go to log 210 to learn more about leads. Like that, I actually would be okay with too. But anyways, if you gather enough of them, you'll be rewarded with important discoveries. Gain 1 alien tech lead means you should draw a lead at random from the lead bag. When the leads reach a total value of 3, discard them, and then draw the card. Okay, so at least the good news is this is also in the rulebook. Each lander has a different maximum number of discoveries it can hold. Also in the rulebook, they have one-time effects to learn more. The global condition of the planet allows you to gather more. They affect every role on the planet. Okay, fair enough. Replace the card with P110. So there's a lot of points of interest cards. Then you have to make sure there's not more than one. All right, here we go. P110. Melded cityscape. A civilization once bloomed here, but ended abruptly by a fiery inferno. Many of the remains are covered in thick layers of ash and volcanic rock. So we now have a flag. So there it is. There's the one where you get to roll a spent die and a flag icon. Well, now you have a flag icon and there's more stuff you can do. So that helps understand that card. So we got a special action. You can find artifacts to get 2 alien tech leads if you have a pickaxe and a eyeball. You need both. That's a tall order. Or if you do red, red, green, you get 1. And then otherwise you roll stranger danger die. So I will put that there. But we are no longer restricted to just staying in that spot. Oh, we got more stuff.
Come in, Away Team. We have something you really should see.
Yes, Vanguard, we read you.
Our AI analyzed the data you gathered while scouting these ruins. It does seem there was an advanced civilization living on the planet. However, your current area was subject to extreme temperatures, irrecoverably damaging most artifacts.
Tell us something we don't know, Vanguard. The rocks here melted like butter.
The point is, not far from your position, there's a cluster of underground structures, maybe shelters of some kind. If you want to find anything more than charred pieces of tech, the AI suggests you go there. But
There's always a but, isn't there?
Well, our military advisors disagree with the AI. They warned us the crystal had something to do with the death of this planet, and they say we should investigate one of the crystalline arms before we attempt anything else.
Understood. Leave it with us, Vanguard.
So now we have to find mission M23, paste it face up on the empty outline on the right side of the planet board, and read it. Hold on, we're on mission 21. I don't understand. There is no empty outline on the right side of the planet board. So it must be an optional mission. Okay, well I can deal with that. So mission 23. Ouch. Okay, so it's an optional mission. So we can learn more about the crystal in Sector 2 or learn more about the people of this world in Sector 3. When you have unique discovery 2 and 3, discard the mission and gain 1 success token. Okay, I will put that over here as an optional mission, and then off we go. Oh, sorry for bumping the microphone there. Okay, okay, these dice go back, and this is why we do this, because now I know there's 1 action left. So we blew through a lot of our dice to do this. I do have the ability to... Nope, I don't have any green dice left. So her charge ability is she could spend a charge to draw 2 cards. We could travel. But the problem with traveling, so if we travel, we have to spend a die or roll a danger die to move to a connected sector. The danger dice. What letter is the danger dice? It is letter A. So here's what our danger dice are for this mission. We're going to either have to spend a die or gain a wound. And everything else is okay. And the spend a die action is on 2 sides. 3 sides. So it's 50%. No, this is a D8. Sorry. It's a D8. So there's a 1, 2, 3 chances out of 8 that you're going to have to spend a die. And then there's 1, 2 chances you're going to gain a wound. So 5 out of 8 chance that something bad's going to happen to you. Okay, that's important to know. All right, I'll set that aside. I hate to say this, but if I rest, I'm going to use up one of our supply already, but I don't think there's a lot of choices here. I think I'm going to prepare first. We're going to prepare, which just means I'm going to draw a card, and then I could potentially roll some dice. And so if I roll some dice, for example, I can use any die to draw 2 more cards, or I could progress or reduce the time track on the global condition up to 2 times. It cannot end on an outcome. So I would want to use this to reduce the global track. Or just do this to end my turn and do not draw an event action, which I like that as well. I am going to go ahead and roll a die. I'm going to roll this blue one. and it doesn't matter what I rolled. I guess no, none of it matters. And then I'm going to use that to draw 2 cards. So I'm going to spend this card to get 2 more. So now we got all of this in our hand. And yes, I'm going to spend this card to not draw an event. So that prevents the track from moving or any other bad things from happening. So that's what I'm going to do. Sort of like that mechanic in that particular card. I probably should have taken the card that has 7 in the discard pile because I'm doing a good job of spending cards on this one. Okay, let's move on to the next player, which is the science player. And here you can see we have discard a charge to gain 2 lead tokens of any type, and then move 1 lead token from any discovery deck to any other. Those are both available to us. And this is before or after an action. And I'm actually going to do both of these. So I'm going to move the lead token from the alien tech over to the mineral. And that's probably maybe a bad idea, because maybe some of you who know this game are like, Jeff, the alien tech is where it's at. I don't know if alien tech is where it's at. There's definitely a lot of like gain alien tech leads in all these cards, but we're going to try to get our rank up is what I'm trying to do here. So I'm going to move the 1 token over. So that's this. And so that's spending that card. And by moving it over, we're going to get to draw. We're going to gain 1. And then this goes back in the bag. So I'm going to put that back in the bag. This is now out of the bag, and we gain a mineral discovery. So we got melted crystalline structure. That's very thematic. No apparent use, but our researchers should find it interesting. So we now have a mineral discovery, and I'll put that on the lander. So we got 1 out of 3. Now here I could discard a charge to gain 2 lead tokens of any type. I think I'm going to wait. I definitely want to use it to get a mineral discovery, but there's no need to rush this, because maybe we do want to use it to get the alien tech discovery, because maybe we'll get the mineral discovery on our own without needing to use this. So I'm going to hold on to this one. So spent 1 card holding on to the other. Now her special ability says spend a charge to assist. That's right, I forgot. We can assist on actions, folks. I keep forgetting about that. So here's what. So she has she can turn a green die into an eyeball, and she can also use a pickaxe, and we can gain 2 alien tech leads. So a green basic will turn into an eyeball for her. So I think we're going to go ahead and try to do that special action. So I'm going to go ahead and get the green basic die, which will hopefully turn into an eyeball. And then somebody else might have a pickaxe that they can let her borrow, and there isn't anybody else with a pickaxe. So this is not a good idea. I mean, I could try to do my Vanguard die, but I have no cards that let me reroll dice or change the outcome of dice. Yeah, this is not a good move. She can make the eyeball for sure, but she can't do anything else. If there's anybody equipped to do this, it is her. I would need the engineer to refresh the pickaxe die before she can do that, or I would need a really good roll with the wild die. Get the Vanguard symbol. Holy cow, that would be risky to do. The other way you could get it is you have to just spend 2 red and a blue, right? That gets you an alien tech lead. She doesn't have 2 red dice either. But you know who does? The security guy. So maybe we just let the security guy go after this. So we're going to move then. And then where can we move? We got the computer up there, right? And then a red and a blue will get you unique discovery 3. So that's a good one, the failed shelter. Or down here, we can go to the filaments, and you can gain unique discovery 2 with a red and a green. So they're both possible. This one requires a pickaxe, a science, and a computer. That's a lot of stuff. I don't even know if we have the ability to get a computer. We don't. Nobody has a. You'd have to roll like a Vanguard to be able to get that. And then of course the pickaxe is not something she can do. So we're gonna move this way. We're gonna go after the failed shelter with our scientists then. So the scientist is purple. So we're gonna travel this way. Sorry, Price is Right still in my mind. It's this guy. It's that picture. It's making. That's the little mountaineer guy that it moves into Price is Right. Okay. The travel symbol over here says we can spend a die or roll the danger die to move to the sector. We said that the danger die is going to have 5 out of 8 chance of something bad. 3 out of 8 chance that you're going to spend a die. So you might as well just spend a die. I mean, all you're doing is taking a chance that you won't spend a die or you're going to get an injury. So we might as well just spend one. So which one are we going to spend is the question. I am going to spend the DNA die over. So we'll do that to do the move. And now we're in failed shelters. And then we have 1 action left. And I'm just going to turn it because we have no actions left now. Or we'll do it on 2. We're going to try to open this shelter. And here you can see there is a danger die that has to be added to the mix. So we will do that. And we need a computer or a red and a blue. I'm going to go for the red and blue. Unless we get a Vanguard, we're not going to get the computer. So for the red and blue, I'm just going to roll these 2 dice, the red and blue dice, and that's it. The accident, remember, counts. So it's not going to penalize me in this case. And there is no accident outcome. So this should be a pretty easy check. It's just the danger die that's making this interesting. And so the danger die was perfect. This is a basic, and then of course we got the accident, which doesn't do anything for us. So so that's wonderful. We got that accomplished, and we don't gain the 2 alien tech leads. But we do get, we're going to gain a success token. So let's just put that closer so I can reach it. Put that there. And then we're going to Unique Discovery 3. And then replace this card with P112. So let's get Unique Discovery 3 out. Scorched Records. When you gain this card, each crew member draws 1 card. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So everybody gets a card. It's Oprah time. The scientist got a reroll of green. The recon is getting reroll red. The engineer is getting reroll anything. And security is getting, if you have injuries, you get to do cool things. All right. And then it says we need P112. This the points of interest cards are like humongous. So it takes a long time to find. Here we go. In my idea, it's a long time. Here we go. Resupply depot. Oh, this is excellent. So we can come here and do an emergency supply. You must discard a success. Oh, you got to discard one of your success tokens to do this, though. You spend 2 dice of any color, and you gain 3 supplies and replace it with P000. So it's a one-time use. And then, as you can see, the accident token does do bad things. So, interesting. Okay, we are done. That's the end of that player's turn. Let's grab an event. And the event is there's a leaf on the top. There is no leaf over there. It's the pinwheel and the divided city thing again. So if no hands match, then we progress by 1. So we're going to do that here. All right, and then I need to pause again, and then we will resume. It is security's turn. And I think security is going to try to get those ancient tech leads. 1 sec. Okay, I am back. Security's turn. Okay, we got... I think we might try to find these alien artifacts. We're still sitting on 8 supplies. There's a lot of game board sections to go through still. I don't want to fail the mission. There's a part of me that's just wondering, like, maybe I should just move on. But it does seem like there's a real good chance to get alien tech leads on this planet. I would need a eyeball and a pickaxe, which of course I can't do. But I could do 2 red and a blue. That's what I'll do. So we got this is the wild one. Accidents don't hurt us on this. Let me refresh for you. So he's going to try to do this card to get the 2 red and the blue. There's no penalty for accidents on this one. So we could use our wild die as one of our red, and maybe we'll get lucky and be able to do an eyeball with that. Now, the pickaxe requires green basic, and so I am going to add a blue and a green basic just out of the chance of getting that pickaxe. And we'll throw in a red basic as our other red. Now, I keep forgetting that we can do assists, like if there's somebody else that's at that location. So actually, I'm going to put the green basic back, and instead, my apologies there for coughing, we're going to use the green officer's wild Vanguard die. She's going to contribute that, and I'm going to put it off to the side because we don't want to mix them together. These dice belong to the science. That's what we're going to do. So I'm going to roll... they're supposed to all be rolled together, but we'll roll the green officer one first. And look at that. I just rolled 2 Vanguards. That's awesome. And then we got it. We're going to get the 2 alien tech leads. And then here you can see we got some of that nonsense. But we ended up getting another Vanguard. So there's going to be some really cool combos that we're going to do here. So first of all, we're not going to be able to use these dice for anything, so I'm going to discard those. Second, just checking. We're good on the cards. Here's what we're going to do. These 2 Vanguards are going to be used to successfully find 2 leads. So we're going to do that. This one is going to be used to gain a mineral lead. So we're going to do all the above. So let's do the mineral league right now because that's the order of things. Special effects happen first. And so get this thing going. Shake, shake, shake. This is a mineral lead we're drawing here. And there it is. We got a 0. But we get +1 card. And so that means he gets to draw a card. And we got another one of those in his hand. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and resolve the outcome. So we're going to gain 2 alien tech leads. So I grabbed 2. We got another 0, and we got a 1. The 0, by the way, says +1 card again. So he's getting yet another card. So now he's got a nice re-roll a die kind of thing. Alright, so that obviously is not getting us an alien tech, but that's part of our dilemma. Oh, and then that was the yellow outcome. So now it moves to the green outcome, which gives us another alien tech lead. So I put that bag away too soon. Here we go. And we got a 1. So we are up to 2 points on the alien tech lead. So that's good. Very good. So 2 points there. We are at 1 action left. And the card doesn't go away. It looks like you could just stay here and keep searching for these if you wanted. I think that's cool. I don't know if we necessarily want to stay forever. I do have another action with this guy, so what do we do? I spent my wild dice, so the chances of getting a pickaxe and an eyeball is now 0. I also spent his only blue die, so he can't ever just gain 1 alien tech lead. But this is actually a good action for him to do. So what he's going to do is we're going to spend a supply and just get some dice back. So he gets 3 dice back, so he'll get his red, his blue, and his red. Like so. Yeah, that's what we'll do. His turn's done. We got to grab an event. And right there, you can see the 2 cities symbol. So this is happening. Oh, and the pinwheel's also on here too. So it says, malfunction, lose a supply or roll a danger die. He's going to roll the danger die. Supply is precious. So he rolled the King Daddy here, which is nothing. Because remember, it's we're using letter A. So he rolled the that. Okay. That was a great outcome, by the way. I wasn't expecting that. But I was also thinking, since it's the security guy, he actually gets bonuses if he has injuries. But we did spend one of those supplies. So we have to be mindful of that. Okay, so we're back to a new round. We can go in any order. Here we need to do pickaxe, science, and the computer. And again, the computer is something we don't have. So we're going to need a Vanguard outcome to even be able to do that. The only one who has a pickaxe even remotely available is the engineer. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to have the engineer move from here to here, and he's going to have to roll, or she's going to have to roll a danger die. And what I'm saying is the engineer is going to go first. I'm agreeing to do that. So we rolled this thing, which is has to spend a die. So the last die is now spent. So we have absolutely nothing. So we're going to spend another supply. Now we're down to 6. And we only get half the dice back. So we're going to take the wild one, the pickaxe, and the green one. Because she does not need to have all 3 symbols. Here you can see she could just spend a red and a green to gain the unique discovery 2. So that's the part that will help her. So we're going to go ahead and... Okay, yeah. So that was action 1 and then action 2. So we're back to... So now it's the Recon's turn. So Recon is sitting back here. We could try to get these alien tech leads. I mean, you could spend the whole game just sitting here digging for alien tech leads, which is an interesting thing to try to do. Sorry, I'm just thinking. Like we have this that lets us move to another connected sector ignoring the path icons, but you do have to spend a red die, which he has. Oh, I'm sorry, we gotta do event. We gotta do an event before this person takes their turn. Okay, so Nothing. They have a crystal picture. A pinwheel and a crystal are the two at the location that they're currently at. So nothing there. So we have a cooling malfunction. She's going to roll the danger die. Has to. Sorry. Clearing my throat here. So we got the Autobots Let's Roll. And that is, once again, not an issue. So we've been very lucky with that die so far. I could see how that die could be ruining our day right now. Okay, back to the recon person. I think I'm going to have to spend... I'm going to spend a charge to draw 2 cards. We got reroll a danger die. And discard a danger die from your roll pool. Move a member from your sector to a connected sector. Ignoring the path icons, immediately go to the spend dice step of this dice check. Those are good. Those are very good, in fact. I'm going to have to spend a supply. We're down to 5 now to get 3 of these dice back. So let's get back that. Well, there's a pickaxe, so we probably want... We want the generic. We're going to get back all 3 of the greens. I don't know if that's a good choice, but that's what we're going to do. And then to move to the next sector requires... So now we're down to 1 action. We could try to do the find artifacts, right? We got 2 points. My thoughts are is once we find 1 alien tech lead, we need to move on. Thing is, you need 2 red and a blue. So I would have needed to pick different dice to do this. The pickaxe and the eyeball is interesting. I do have a reroll of green die. You know what? I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for the pickaxe and the eyeball. And I'm going to roll just 2 dice. These 2. I need a basic and a Vanguard. Now, what I'm hoping for is I could reroll a green die. And then I have another reroll a green die. I have 2 of them. So I'm hoping to get the outcomes I need. There's a 50% chance for each of these to give me the result I want. So if I do my roll, I have a 50% chance one of these 2 dice is going to give me the result I'm looking for. And then I can re-roll twice, again, to get the result. So I'm going to try to find artifacts one more time. And I'm shooting for the pickaxe and the eyeball. Now, the pickaxe is going to come because I can convert a basic to a pickaxe. So that's what I'm going to do here. Let's see what we get. Oh my gosh, I got it without even have to re-roll anything. There's the pickaxe, and there's the eyeball. So, perfect. So, as you can see here, that's going to get us 2 alien tech leads, and then we're going to get 1 alien tech lead, because it's yellow. We do the yellow first, and it moves down. So we're going to basically get to draw 3. So let me do that. And you resolve them as you draw them, but let's do the first one. We got a 0. That'll go back in the bag eventually. And there's a 2. So that means the tech lead is discovered. And then we have a 1. So, like I said, we got to do them in the order. So if I come over to here, So we gained 2 alien tech leads. So that means these are the 2 I would have gotten first. So it goes on like this. And the moment that you get these, these 2 go back in the bag. And technically I shouldn't have drawn the 3rd one because these 2 that go back in the bag could have been drawn. But this is all discarded now. And we gain an alien tech lead. We'll look at that in a second. And then the next one was I gained 1 point that goes there. So I think I'm happy. I got my 1 alien tech lead. Let's move on. So we ended up getting Living Bioweave. During dice check, you may place this card in the roll pool of any crew member in your sector, including yourself. Add a Vanguard to this roll pool. After the dice check, discard this card. I don't like that at all. So it's just something you can use once, and that's it? Oh my gosh, that's not worth it at all. Okay. Yeah, and I'm not a very big fan of that. I spent a lot of actions doing this. Okay, so then I'm going to play this card here that lets me skip the event. So I'm going to do that. And then we move on to the science person who is now here. Now, our objective is right here. So I'm actually going to move there with the science person. So I'm going to move there right now and roll Stranger Danger. We got that, which is we have to burn a die. So I'm going to burn the green generic. And we go to log 15. See what happens. Come on. There we go.
The scans were correct. There are several interesting sites in this sector.
Boy, that wasn't even worth it. Find all 3 P113, place a random one in this sector, and return the rest. The sector is fully explored only when you reveal a card with the flag icon. Okay. So P113. And there's 3 of them. Okay. So, like I said, I like to spoil things. There's strip mines, medical wing, and buried signal. Those are the 3 different things you could run into. They, of course, have different biomes on them. This one gets you mineral leads. This one will give you a specimen. And that one would give you alien tech. So now we just gotta... Well, you know what? I'm gonna just put 3 of them here. They gave us a D3 die. I'm sorry, this is a D4. What am I looking at? What am I talking about? I'm still gonna roll it. I'll re-roll any 4 I get. And of course, I got the 4. Well, what a strange... What the heck is that? Oh, that's the 4. So you know, I'm starting to demonstrate. I don't know how to use a D4 die. I think you use the outcome on the bottom. You don't use the one that's facing you, because yeah. So that would be a 4. You know what? I'm not going to do that. Let's just shuffle. Those D4 dice are weird. Okay. We will take this one. Alright. And then I got to put these other 2 back. So this, I think, reinforces the idea that you could revisit the planet. You know, and then maybe get something different next time. We got the medical wing, which this is interesting. You gain a specimen. You don't get leads. You actually gain a specimen. And if you have no shields in your roll pool, you'll automatically gain an exhausted injury, which is interesting too. So we have to inspect the remains. And we do need to resolve that because it said fully explore the sector that's here. So that is our mission. We would need a shield in the roll pool, a pickaxe, and an eyeball. Now, eyeball is very possible. We're going to spend a supply. We got to get some dice back. So we're going to get back our wild die. We need to get back... Now, to not gain the live specimen, we just need a green and any other color. So we have the wild die for the green. So we're good there. The any other color, it looks like, okay, so we need an eyeball. So that means a basic. So we need the basic green for 2. And then we need a pickaxe, which none of these are going to be. So we just need something. I think, because we got 2 basic die and then we have another specialty. Let's just grab a red one. We do have a reroll of green, which is perfect. And I am going to play this card, discard a charge to gain 2 lead tokens of any type. And we're going to gain 2 lead tokens of the mineral discovery. Because now that we got our alien one, I just want to start pushing those mineral ones. So here's the first one. And then here's the second one. Alright, so we got a 1 and a 0. We still need 2 more points. I think both of the 2s are gone, so our only hope is to get that 3. But okay, that is the 2 actions spent. So now we got to draw the event. Okay, this one is looks like a crystal that crashed into a planet or the Twin Towers. So Twin Towers is here. Low visibility, lose a supply, and we are always going to roll the danger die. And that's the bad one. We gain a wound injury. It says gain a wounded injury. What does that mean? Do I just gain an injury, or do I... There is an injury card called exhausted. There's critically wounded. Maybe we have to just go through and grab a certain kind. There it is, wounded. Yeah. So we gain a specific type of injury. I did not realize that. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Look at this. It's on the top of the card. That's exhausted, panicked, wounded. There's different types of injuries. Gosh, I didn't even realize that. Freezing, panicked, burned. I did not know it was such a variety of things. And I shuffled them all together, so that's why they're all mixed up like this. Sorry, I'm making you watch me do this. And of course I'm starting to make a mistake in my sorting. Alright. Let's just see if they're all the same, or are they different? All the freezing injuries are exactly the same. Interesting. So, are all the wounded injuries the same? Yes, they are. Okay, so it looks like these aren't things that you necessarily need to shuffle. So that helps. I did not realize that. I'm going to have to find a place on my table for all this. Alright, so she's going to gain a wounded injury, so I'm going to grab one of those. But I guess technically you could just keep them all in one pile and then just grab what you need. Okay, so the wounded injury for her, as you can see, if it triggers with a teardrop, she's going to lose a die. So that's the first thing. And the second one is she actually gets a die that's going to push something down, and I'm going to go ahead and put it on the blue, like so. So her turn's over. It is now the security turn. Security is way back here. Security has all of their dice. I think security is... we got a couple options here. We can go up to try to help the scientist, which, as you can see, is the what we need to do to complete the mission. We have 2 whole sectors here that we haven't even looked at yet. So I think what I'm going to try to do is move that way. So I'm going to roll the danger die to move to here. And I got this outcome, which is gain a wounded injury. So he's injured now too. That's not good. And he gets an injured die. He's putting it in his blue as well. And he moves here. So now, can he do the pickaxe? Well, he does have the ability to convert a green basic to a pickaxe. He does not have this science, but he could borrow a die. And then he can roll his wild. So I think he's actually going to try to help. Yes, he is. So he's going to roll his wild Vanguard die. He's going to roll his green basic, which would give him a pickaxe. And he's going to borrow this from the scientist. So we're going to roll 3 dice and see if we can do it. Otherwise, the red and green will at least give him the middle outcome. So we're going to go ahead and do the special action. Here's his roll. So he got the pickaxe. He did not get this. And we're going to look at his cards real quick. He does have a reroll a die, which we might use. If you have 1 or more injuries, roll 1 from your spent pool. He does, but he doesn't have anything in his spent pool. Okay, he at least has 1 reroll he could try to do. I forgot, we need to roll the injury die as well. This does not match, so he's okay. And then the scientist has to roll. And the scientist did not get the science symbol, which is what we were looking for. So therefore, there's no point in spending this card, because unless I'm going to get these 2 Vanguards, I'm not going to pull it off. The scientist rolled a basic, which we don't use the science ability, we use his ability, and it's a green basic that gets you the pickaxe. So the pickaxe would have been nice because we get to draw from a mineral, but I need both of these dice just to succeed with the mission. So we're not going to get the pickaxe either. Yeah, if I reroll a die, like I could use this to reroll the blue die, but it doesn't help me. This will only help me if I get 1 outcome, and that's this one. If I get the Vanguard, it doesn't help me any. Alright, I'm going to hold on to the card. I'm not going to reroll. The scientist loses the die. He's going to use both of these dice. And we are going to at least succeed with the optional mission here. I know I'm whining and complaining because I'm not getting a perfect outcome. But we're going to gain a success token. So we're up to 2. And then we get unique discovery 2, which is when unloaded, we get a research project. So in the awaiting envelope, so that's good. And we replace this with P111. And just got to go through a really large deck of cards here. All right, found it. Here we go. It's a resupply depot again. So we can discard 1 to resupply. Okay, so his turn's over. We're going to draw an event. We have the pinwheel, which does match, so he gets detached. So he has to either, this is sacrifice a die, or roll this and then roll again. And just want to make sure they, oh my gosh, the letters are changing. That's an E and then a G. So it's not always the same letter. Oh, that's not cool. The letters change, and that was really hard to read. So E is this, and then G is that, which you could lose a supply and all kinds of stuff. What does his dice do? Or his cards? What was the other? The other thing was he just permanently loses a die. Sure, I'll permanently sacrifice a die. We're going to sacrifice his red basic. So that is now out for him. Boy, that was a stiff penalty. That event card. Okay, his turn's over. Now we move on to the engineer, who's right here. She can move to here. She currently only has 3 dice. So to do that, she'd be spending 2 of them, for this. Hello? Okay.
Are there other Steelies like this on other planets?
My
Is there
microphone.
one on Earth? The sides of
Oh,
the stele
man.
contain code we have yet to unravel. But atop it, we found one large symbol. Alien, yet familiar. A glyph that seems to symbolize uplifting, raising up, with several small dots scattered at its base. This last piece of the puzzle helped us understand some strange discoveries on this planet. The first evolved species here uplifted many other species through genetic engineering and bionic modifications, something that would never cross the minds of humans back on Earth. We will have plenty of time to ponder this and to study the Steely on our journey to the next world. Let us hope this time we find more than just ashes.
Okay, a few things. I'm just finishing reading this because I wasn't listening because I was so concerned. All right, I looked over at my recording software and noticed that the microphone wasn't working. The video was, but the microphone wasn't. So I'm assuming that for a period of time I've been playing this game and chatting away and you haven't heard a dang thing. So, accept my apologies there. I unplugged my microphone, I plugged it back in, and now it's working fine. So, yeah, my apologies. So basically, let's catch you up. I don't know where we were at last when the microphone was working, but I've been very concerned that this track is going to be bad news. Once we got multiple mineral discoveries, and so I was basically like, we got to finish our mission and get out of here. So that's what we're trying to do. The recon player has the ability to move other players without having to pay this penalty here. And so I'm holding on to cards for that. And I basically made it so I can move up there and successfully finish this mission with the recon player, which I just did. And that's what you were reading here. So the mission changed to this Sector 6 location thing. And again, I don't know how long you weren't able to hear me or how much of this was going on without sound. Please accept my apologies. So I have a USB port that this microphone's plugged into. And one of the times that I paused, I went to the bathroom, went to get a drink. I bumped it or something because it was, all I needed to do was jiggle it a little bit and it, connected. The USB came through and then the microphone started working again. So I somehow bumped the computer. It was my fault. I know I've been having microphone issues in some previous videos. Not this series, but in a previous series. And my microphone works great as long as it's plugged in. So sincere apologies there. And I know we're 2 hours in on this video, and I don't know for how long the time was out. I'm guessing at least 20 minutes because I haven't taken a break in quite a while. I've been just playing. So my apologies there. But you are here for the end, hopefully the end. So we just finished what I'm hoping is the final mission, so then we can get out of here. So let's hit proceed. So there we go. We completed the mission. So discard mission 22. Very happy about that. The other issue is, actually, I didn't bump my computer. I know what's happening. Every time I reach over for these cards, I'm stretching my cord on my microphone, which is on my head. And I bet I just pulled the cord long enough that it pulled out of the USB port. So my apologies again. All right, move the R06 research project from research projects to awaiting envelopes. So R06. Okay, done. Move 002 objective from eons past, from bridge cards to awaiting. Yeah, I gotta just get these cards out. Quit having them in there. So objective 02 is this one from eons past. So we'll put that into awaiting. A lot of these cards, I'm realizing I need to not keep them in the tray. We just need to put them on the table somewhere. On many planets, you must return to your lander after fulfilling your objective. Here, simply place all your crew member models back in the lander sector, Sector 1. Remove the L1 landing card from the scanner, then remove it from the game. Another landing on this planet is not possible. If there's any unique discoveries on the board, discard 1 and gain these discoveries now. Important, each unique discovery can only be found on one specific planet. However, if you miss one, there's always an option to either return to the planet to find it, in rare cases to gain it via other means. Open the ship book at page 25 and begin ship management. Simply place all your crew members back in the lander sector. Oh, I see. So they're actually... So one of the things I was babbling on and on about when the microphone wasn't working is that I needed... So let me just recap here. Like, there's 3 sacrifice dice for the engineer. There's 1 for the security officer. I'm down to 2 supplies. I have 2 sacrifice dice here and 1 sacrifice dice there. I was worried about this step here where you have to spend 2 dice because I thought we would have to move back to the lander location, which is here. What this is doing is the game's still being kind to us. It's saying we get to basically instantly teleport to there, and basically the mission's over. So now we're going to go to the page 25, which is leaving the planet, and then off we go. So I will do that in the next video. So anyways, apologies for the 4th time about the microphone issue, and thanks for watching. As always, stay awesome.